Trekcast.
The galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast.
There he is, raising the roof. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Hey, what's going on?
Dan is having technical difficulties. He just messaged me.
He's having technical difficulties.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So how does that work as far as the union contract? Do we dock his pay or?
I think the technical difficulties might be just some drinks on the beach is what
that could be.
Yeah.
That could be.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It's been a while, man. How you been?
it's been, I've been great. Welcome to Trekcast, everybody, the galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast.
Right.
So I'm
Scott.
We didn't
know there would only be two of us so far.
That's right. And this is Daniel, and we're still waiting on Dad. So
that's right. We're still waiting.
It's unpredictable.
How are you enjoying living in the post-Bell riots?
It's been difficult. It really has. I've got sanctuary district people knocking on my door, and I have to keep, swatting them away.
The Hunger Games begin soon. It'll be quite the change.
That's right. Yeah. With my, lower middle class self, having to, shoo away the really low class people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Just shoo them away.
Yeah. I'm one of those elite, lower middle class.
You can pay that extra nickel for the plastic bags at the grocery store.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I hold them with, with my pinky up too.
That's right. As you should. Oh, yep. Here he is. There he is.
Oh,
he's joined us.
Oh man. I don't know.
Oh no. Can't hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Great.
This sounds like your shuttlecraft is going through a ion storm.
It is.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Structural integrity field is failing, but
did you try reversing the polarity of
first?
Whatever?
Come on, it's the first thing
come
I did.
On. He's not a rookie.
That's right.
Reverse the polarity.
That's right.
Reroute main power through the secondary coupling. I mean, those are the first two things you do. They're written on.
You just shake the cord
on my hand. Yeah, jiggle it. If those don't work, you jiggle it, and then you turn it off and you turn it back on.
That's right.
That's great.
Control Alt Delete that baby.
Yeah.
Hi Dan, how you doing?
Hi.
Yeah.
Are we in the show or
we're in the show. We're live.
All right. I never know.
Yeah.
I never know.
We're live and loving every minute of it, baby.
It's fine.
Tell all your secrets now.
That's right.
Tell all your secrets. Yeah.
How you been, man? What you been up to?
Yeah, it's been a minute, right?
Yeah.
I the first week in August rolled around. Yeah. And I had that mini panic attack when you look at the calendar and you realize summer is just about over, and I haven't done much of anything. Mm-hmm. So I put in a slip the next day, and I took 2 full weeks and the Friday before. Nice. So it worked out to about 2.5 weeks. And, nice. We went up to Lake George for a few days, came home, went to the Jersey Shore for a few days, came home, had a yard
Jim
sale.
Tan and Laundry, right? That Jersey
What's
Shore?
that?
Jim Tan and Laundry? Is that the Jersey Shore thing?
Is that the show from the MTV?
That's the show. Yeah,
I never watched that show. Yeah. It's just no.
Yeah, all I know about the Jersey Shore, both the real one and the show, is what I've seen on commercials.
Yeah.
No, it was good. It was good. Got my kids in the ocean for the first time.
Oh, that's cool.
Played on the boardwalk. Spent way too much money on stupid arcade games, and
pay like $35.
Like a perfect day.
Animal.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
But
that's how it goes.
Good time. Went back to work. Pile of shit on my desk that nobody touched while I was gone. Right. So
that's a good thing. That means they can't fire you.
Exactly. It's job security when you've been gone 2 weeks, and or when you've been back 2 weeks and you're still playing catch up from being gone for 2 weeks. So
yeah,
Yep.
but it's fine. It's fine. Kids are back to school as of last week.
Yep.
Season has changed. It's hoodie weather in New York. So
yeah, I woke up. It's 50 degrees outside right now. So
yeah.
Oh, it's going to be warm over here. It's like in the high 90s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
you're
weird.
still in summer.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, this is the weird time of the year where it's fall in the morning and it's summer in the afternoon.
Right.
So,
Well, that's the thing. It's 40, 90, 60, 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoodie in the morning, and then you're peeling layers off at 2:00. Like, God,
Right.
what happened?
Exactly.
What happened?
Yeah. All right.
So
Well, glad you guys are doing good. Should we get into the news?
Sure.
yes, I agree.
Star Trek news.
You have my permission.
Oh, we're still doing this. All right. Good.
All right. Yeah, that's how it
Wait,
works.
doing
All
what?
right.
Nothing's changed. Come on.
All right. So our first bit of news is some sad news.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about this, Pally, but James Darren has passed away. It came out earlier last week. The Star Trek actor, best known as everyone's favorite hologram. Yeah, even more so than the Doctor. He has passed away at the age of 88.
Yeah.
I did not see what the cause of death was, but I mean, he was 88 years old, man. Yeah.
That's a good run.
Yeah, for sure. Long career in Hollywood. He was a crooner in the Gidget films, if you remember those. And if you remember those, take your back pain medication.
Scott, fun fact, Scott's got the Gidget box set.
Oh, does he now? Okay. Okay.
Two of them, and both in VHS and DVD.
That's right.
Or Laserdisc.
I know that his son put out a statement on social media basically saying that Vic Fontaine was the role that his father was born to play and then really enjoyed it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Scott said he had some other words about this as well.
Yeah. So I was perusing the internet, and
Get the glasses on, baby.
Yeah, this is from. I got to get my bifocals on. This is just an excerpt from StarTrek.com. Fans of Star Trek know Darren best as fan favorite Vic Fontaine, an entertainer who ran the popular program at Quark's Vic's Last Las Vegas Lounge in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. His warm, self-aware, and sophisticated programming made him a favorite among the crew of Deep Space Nine, most notably providing Dr. Julian Bashir dating advice and helping Nog cope with PTSD during his service in the Dominion War. In a 2019 interview with StarTrek.com, Darren expressed, Vic Fontaine was like, what can I say? It was a dream come true for me. It was one of the most enjoyable roles for me to have played. On recording the series finale with the cast, he shared, the finale was hard to do. The cast had been there forever, so it was hard for them, and it was hard for me too because my relationship with everyone had grown instantly. I loved the entire cast. When it was ending, it was so sad. Sad for them and extremely sad for me. I'd sing that song, The Way You Look Tonight, to Nana Visitor, and she'd start crying. And when she'd start crying, I'd start crying. It was tough getting through it. Darren is survived by his wife, Evie, sons Jim, Christian, and Tony, 5 grandchildren, and 1 granddaughter. The entire Star Trek family, which obviously includes us, sends their condolences to the Darren family, friends, loved ones, and fans around the world.
So I bought his album in the early 2000s. He put out an album. I don't remember the name of the album.
This one's From the Heart.
But it's basically the unofficial Vic Fontaine soundtrack.
Right.
Because it doesn't say Star Trek on it anywhere. It doesn't say Vic Fontaine. It doesn't say Deep Space Nine. It's James Darren singing all the same songs that he sang on Deep Space Nine, which are all standards, and anyone can pay the licensing fee and record those.
Yeah.
And since Vic Fontaine's costume is a tuxedo,
yeah,
on the cover of the album, it's just James Darren wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah.
So it is Vic Fontaine the album, but it is not Vic Fontaine the album. But
right.
Anyone missing James Darren right now, head on over to iTunes, download it, head on over to Amazon, buy it. You'll feel better. And you know what? His family will get a little cheddar.
There you go.
So
I just listened to the album earlier this week.
Give him the Trekcast bump.
There you go.
I listened to the album. The only thing I was disappointed about is that Avery Brooks is not doing the duet.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I like Avery Brooks, but when he sings, he has a strange cadence about him.
Yeah.
A little bit
like that.
Yeah.
He tries to do that, and part of it, he tries to do that like Louis Armstrong, like kind of thing.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Can you do that again?
Get out.
Did you do that sound bad?
Louder into the mic, please. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. Under the tree of life, I just picked me a plum.
There you go. Also in the article, it says that Darren had a regular role on the cop drama T.J. Hooker. And so T.J. Hooker himself, William Shatner, also shared a tribute saying that he was a wonderful man, very talented and loving, and he had the best time working with him. So I did not know that because I never watched T.J. Hooker. So
nobody our age watched T.J. Hooker.
Hey, man, there's reruns. I watched I Love Lucy. I wasn't around for it originally.
Yeah, but I Love Lucy was good.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you mentioned William Shatner. I'm starting to get more and more the impression that William Shatner is not quite the ass that we've been led to believe. Like every time I see it, like I get that he's got an ego the size of Idaho. I understand that, but
indeed,
I think every time I hear an interview with him, like the ass comes across, but there's an undertone of kind of a big heart.
I don't know. I think he had a Jason Nesbitt moment a couple decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think he realized I'm not as big a deal as I think I am. But to this segment of the population, I'm a bigger deal than I realize.
Right.
And I think he leaned into that, and I think I think he leaned into comedy the way he hadn't in the earlier part of his career. And the two things I'll point to is Boston Legal and the Priceline commercials.
Yeah.
And I don't remember which came first. They're
about the same time.
But Priceline,
they had to have been.
Priceline commercials, that's him.
Yeah.
That's the him now.
Right.
Or the him of the last few decades. So good on him for seeing the writing on the wall and shifting his outlook on life.
I think Shatner's like there was a comedian who told a story about Mick Jagger, and he said in a stand-up set that he had met Mick Jagger, and people asked him, was Mick Jagger really nice? And he said, Mick Jagger is nice if you would constantly walk into a stadium full of people every day telling you how great you are. So it's going to just inflate your ego no matter what. And so Mick Jagger's as kind as he could possibly be in that situation. And, probably similar for Shatner. He's always being told how great he is everywhere he goes. It's going to it's going to inflate your ego, so. Yeah.
But you got to figure there was a point. I mean, Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country was what, 1991?
Right.
Okay. So 1991, it was over.
Right, that's true.
It was over. And other than Star Trek conventions, what was he doing? And then 3 years later, he gets a call. Hey, we want to do one more Star Trek, and we want you in it. And he was like, I'm back, baby. But I think at that point, he had a taste of the dry spell. And kind
Oh,
of,
come on. He was basking in that Rescue 911 money.
All those TJ Hooker checks.
That show saved money or saved lives.
That's true. That's true.
Tonight on Rescue 911.
Oh,
I forgot all about Rescue 911. I used to watch that a lot.
Yeah.
We need to get the seasons on DVD.
Yeah, that's okay.
God, I wonder if they even exist.
I bet they are somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere.
Do you guys remember it was big for a while? World's Wildest Police Chases. Do you remember that show?
God.
Oh, sure.
And it was just a whole show of the crap that's on YouTube now. And that's on TikToks and Reels and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there was a guy, they always interviewed him. He was like his name was like Captain C.W. Jensen or something. And he looked like Proctor from the Police Academy movies. But he spoke like Kamala Harris, where he didn't say anything. He would say a sentence, and then he would say the same sentence with those words rearranged
around
a
in
little bit.
different order.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he'd flip them around again. So he said one sentence 3 different ways.
Okay. Alejandro wants to know how our away mission went.
I love that name. Alejandro.
Yeah. Alejandro.
Which away mission?
Because we were gone for a few weeks.
We were gone for a while.
I had the Lake George away mission. I had the beach away mission.
That's right.
Yeah, I had the camping away mission.
When you go to New Jersey, do you need your passport?
Do I need my passport to go to New Jersey? Fun fact, I don't have a passport.
Me either.
Yeah.
I need to get one. Yeah.
I do not. I have zero other than Canada. I have zero intention of leaving this country.
There you
go.
I had to get one for the first time when I went on my boat ride.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was a process.
Yeah, it takes almost 6 months, doesn't it?
Well, for us, I think the whole thing only took 90 days. They tell you it's 6 months, but it's, if your I's aren't dotted and your T's aren't crossed and your picture's not just right within a certain, boundary, and it has to be just right. We had to retake pictures. We had to send in additional stuff. It was insane.
I think I told Dan.
I'm biting my tongue.
I can tell that Dan's laughing, and I'm pretty sure that the laughing's at my expense, and I'm just dying to hear what the joke is, Dan. Let's hear it.
You only need one. You only need one on the way out of the country. You don't need one on the way in.
That's right.
So are you saying that you wished I had just left and never came back?
No. I'm just.
Wow.
You know what? Let's move on.
Okay. Our next news story comes to us from Deadline.com, and it's been a few weeks, so let's get an update on what's going on with Paramount. So when we last left,
let's get an update.
I think Fisher Price bought them. They're gonna
Well, they're
gonna rebrand it as Paramount, my first movie studio.
I think I got an email across my desk giving me an offer.
They had made a deal with Skydance, but then they were feeling it out, seeing if anyone else was interested, and apparently nobody else was. So the Skydance deal will move forward, and so right now Skydance is telling the FCC that Paramount will boost CBS and local stations. Larry Ellison, who his father created Oracle, or was one of the founders of Oracle, Larry will be running Paramount from here on out if the deal goes through. The merger is expected to take place early 2025, and Larry will retain about 70% ownership, and Sherry Redstone will still be a partial owner at roughly 30%. So billionaires fighting over money, and we'll see what happens with Star Trek after that. I don't really expect it to change much, just because they worked with Kurtzman and his team for the movies, and Skydance did put on a couple of the newer movies. So
yeah, it was the first two or the last two?
The last two.
The last two.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't do the first one?
No. I think Kurtzman had a hand in it because at that point he was like a line producer for J.J. Abrams, but meaning he would help do scripts, but he wasn't really producing.
Right.
So,
right. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he probably had a hand in it, but really taking over was the other two. So
going forward, I want to be referred to as Sky Dance, just so you know.
nice. I see it. I see it. I see it. So yeah,
boy.
I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know, man.
It's gotten to be it's a joke at this point.
It is totally.
It's
Well, and speaking of major changes, we did get some big announcement over on CBR. A Star Trek Picard actor that we all know and love, Todd Stashwich, will be appearing in the upcoming Vision Quest show. This show will be helmed by Star Trek Picard Season 3 showrunner Terry Matalas, and Stashwich will be a assassin character who is after Vision. That's all we know. We don't know much else. So
which actor is it?
Liam Shaw.
Okay.
Yeah. So he'll be grumpy as he tries to kill Vision.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited about this
me
show.
too.
Terry Matalas did great things with Picard Season 3. Todd Stashwich was a breakout favorite.
Yeah.
On that show, and WandaVision, I mean, that was the first MCU Disney Plus show.
Right. Yeah.
And it's been downhill.
Yeah. WandaVision was pretty good though.
WandaVision was amazing. I have to tell you that I've probably watched that one all the way through 3 or 4 times.
Oh, okay. Have you watched 12 Monkeys, the show, Terry Matalas show?
Never watched the show. I watched the movie years ago.
I've watched a couple episodes of 12 Monkeys. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like a mini series? Like, did it have a proper finale?
I think it's like 3 or 4 seasons.
But did they finish it, or is it just?
I have no idea.
Out because I've been burned. I've been burned too many times.
I know. Yeah, I have no idea. Honestly,
I don't like this. I don't like to start stuff if it doesn't have a proper ending.
Right. Yeah, I have no idea. So, but yeah, so that'll be cool to see Todd Stashwich in the MCU. So
he's a good actor, and one of the things you can, I think a metric of a good character or a good actor is we hated him in his first episode of Picard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we cried our eyes out when he died at the end. Spoiler alert, at the end of season 3. So when you can go from hating somebody to loving somebody in a tiny season, that's good. That's great character development.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't stand him at first.
I know. It's like, no.
I remember our show right after that. It was like, who is this dick?
Yeah.
Like
we
when
hated him.
When he was calling out Riker and Picard for he's like, or they'll remember when you hot dropped the Enterprise D on Viridian 3, or they'll remember when you did a alien chick from the
when you shagged the villager.
Yeah,
I think she snogged a villager. Or when you caused the space-time continuum, whatever, and Viridian, that was
the Devron system.
The Devron system.
Yeah. Sorry,
I just recently rewatched Picard.
Did you? Okay.
The whole series. So it's fresh in my mind.
Nice. Next news story comes to us from Fan Home, and these guys are taking over for basically the model ships that Eagle Moss was doing.
Okay.
And so they have a couple different options here. So they have this build your own Star Trek Enterprise D. So that's kind of cool. Apparently you pay for these assembly kits. So that's kind of the kits right there. These should start shipping in November, and they have all sorts of like pins that come with it and everything. They also have, here, let me pull this up. Here's the like similar to what Eagle Moss was doing, the little ships. But yeah, for those of you who are interested in collecting these will now be at fanhome.com.
So I'm gonna write that down. Now, is this like a subscription type thing?
I didn't really get into it. Probably,
it feels like, because I hear kits, multiples.
Yeah. Well, they have two different versions. They have the die-cast ships, just like Eagle Moss sold. But then they have these like build-it-yourself-together model kits as well. So
okay,
I think
I've always wanted to try a model. I built a model car, like level 1, that doesn't require glue kind of thing, and it's got decals when I was a kid, and that's the only thing I've ever built. And I've always wanted to try a model starship, but I don't know. It looks awfully intimidating.
Well, just so you know, if you can, Scott can.
That's right.
Just saying.
I built some Gundams back in the day, the little robots. But
I'm sure you guys both built didn't I give one of you guys the Reliant model? Yeah. I'm sure you guys have already built that and displayed it for years.
No, it's in the box somewhere.
No, yeah, so's mine. I've got one too. So
hey, I got some bad news. For you, Scott. My Michael Burnham journal.
No.
I got $1 for it at the yard sale.
The whole shiny dollar.
How dare you, Lombardo?
I did it. I looked at it. I said, you know what?
Nope, not today.
I've held on to this long enough.
That's awesome. And then our last news story comes to us from Game Radar. Let me pull this up. And we are getting some previews for the upcoming Star Trek comic book series. Apparently, they're going to be starting a lore war where lore is going to go up against a lot of our Star Trek heroes, including Cisco and Worf. And yeah, it's this big series that'll be coming out. Looks like it started just in the latest issue, Star Trek number 500. And he's basically taken over command of the Enterprise, is what it says. So if you like the comic books, lore is back, baby. He's going to get the Infinity Gauntlet and go deal with the Anti-Monitor.
Yeah.
All those things. Maybe fight Spawn.
Oh no,
we lost Dan.
Warning, structural integrity down to 10%. Shield failing.
Oh my lord. I'm working on it, fellas. Hold on.
That looks like a tree version of the crystalline entity.
Yeah.
He's being attacked.
Did Lore get to your camera? Is that what happened?
He did.
Yeah.
Bastard that he is.
Causing all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
All right.
We'd send you reinforcements, but you're the only shuttle in range.
That's right. You're all on your own, baby. All right. Well, let's get to the main topic, Star Trek Day.
Yay.
Fun will now commence.
All right. So our main topic, for those of you who don't know, happy Star Trek Day. So
happy Star Trek Day.
Yes. Apparently, this is because the original series first aired on September 8th, 1966. So
400 years ago. Today.
Over 100 years ago.
400 years. That's why we have.
So that's today, right?
That is today. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So yeah.
I was thinking about it because it was exactly 58 years ago today, and so that would mean that this is the 58th anniversary of Star Trek. And I remember not a few years after I started watching Star Trek, there was a big hoopla about another anniversary, and it made me feel really old because I remember the 25th anniversary of Star Trek.
Ooh.
Generations was coming out. They made this big, huge deal, 25 years. and now it's more than a quarter century later. Like,
Yeah, you're old, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, 58
Yep.
years according to the online calculator. So
yeah, I've been a Star Trek fan for 30 years, 31
Wow.
years. So,
okay. Oh, Kevin says that to the Canadians, Fan Home does not ship outside of the U.S. Another letdown for international fans. Oh, that sucks.
huh.
Got to get that mailboxes, etc. Mailbox
Yeah.
just over the border in the
Yeah.
States.
Tell you what, you have it sent to me, and for a modest fee,
That's right.
just 5 strips of gold press latinum, I will ship it back to you.
Are you going to throw in a free Michael Burnham journal with it too?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to.
Yeah. Yeah. So today is Star Trek Day. So what does that mean? Basically, what that means is they are having all sorts of little fun events around the world for Star Trek Day, including they are having this thing that they call Take the Chair, Make an Impact, where Paramount, CBS, however you want to call it, is putting on just a call to volunteer. There's some specific organizations that they are working with, like Do Something and Code, and the Outright International situation. Or they also have got pop-up captain's chairs. One is in Chicago. That's the one in the U.S. where you can go and check out the actual chair from, I believe it's the TNG chair. I'm not sure if you can sit on it, but it's there and you can check it out at least.
Yeah. Okay.
There's one in Germany, I know, and that chair is made out of recycled materials and more of an art display than anything. But yeah, that's basically the big crux of Star Trek Day. They are also releasing the first episode of just about every series except for Prodigy on social media, on YouTube. It's on Paramount Plus. You don't need the account. You can just watch those episodes. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if that's internationally. I know it is for the US. So that's the kind of things they're doing for Star Trek Day. They have not really done this that big before. So it's kind of interesting to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're also re-releasing the short treks on their YouTube channel as well. So
We haven't had a new short treks in quite some time.
yeah. These aren't new ones. These are the old ones, but
Yeah.
they're just putting them on YouTube. So yeah.
Okay.
Sudoku Dragon says, "Happy Star Trek Day, boys." Yeah, sure.
Happy Star Trek Day.
That's right. That's the big thing with it. But it would be neat to go see the Chicago display. But
Creation has a convention there coming up in a few weeks, I think.
I thought
Yeah,
the
they do.
Nashville one was next.
What's that?
Isn't the Nashville one next? Or no, you're right. Chicago's next. Yeah.
Right.
I think it's like
Yeah,
the
I was
27th.
trying to get a hold of those guys for the last 6 months, and nothing doing. So I'm not going to go to the one in Chicago. They, like I said, we emailed back and forth, and finally I emailed them last time, and they just kind of ignored me. So
Yeah.
but I will definitely 100% be going to the Comic-Con in Grand Rapids in
Cool.
November. So that's the Star Trek guest stars there are going to be Andrew Robinson and Armin Shimmerman. So we got Quark and
Yeah.
Garrick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will
Right on.
definitely be there representing Trekcast.
Nice.
Cool.
Are you going to get a picture?
Yeah, I'm going to try to. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, Sudoku Dragon, what was the best season opener of all? Ooh.
The best season opener.
Across all of Trek.
So we've got the Cage, we got Encounter at Farpoint, the Caretaker, the Emissary.
No, he
Broken
says season.
Bow.
He says season opener, not series
Oh,
opener.
okay. Season.
Mm.
Well, then it's the Warrior's Way. With Worf is introduced.
The
in
Way of the
DS1.
Warrior.
The Way of
Yeah.
the Warrior.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a season opener, was it?
Yeah.
Way
I
of the
thought it
Warrior
was.
Part 1 and 2 was the season 4 opener of Deep Space
Okay.
Nine.
Well,
Yeah.
then it's official.
Yeah. That's the best one.
Way
Yeah.
of the Warrior has the Trekcast seal of approval.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was me stamp. That,
Followed
whatever
by
you thought
Yeah,
that
we got
was,
it, Dan.
was me.
We got it.
was me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Do it 3 times in a row.
No.
Maybe followed by Lower Decks. I don't know.
Oh boy.
All right.
Go easy, Dan. My mom's watching this.
Sorry.
She
Sorry.
sent me a text 15 minutes into the episode. She's like, "So no episode today?" I'm like, "Oh crap! I forgot to send her a link."
Sorry, Mrs. Bell.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so how was the Bell Riots?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
should
you
talk
were
about
here for
that.
We talked about that.
I have something to share. And I'll make this brief because I don't want to get into it now, but I'm going to share it on the Facebook page. I had a very insightful conversation with ChatGPT about the Bell Riots.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna not print it out, but I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it to the
Okay.
Facebook group. But basically, the gist of it was Vicky. That's who I call ChatGPT. I named her Vicky.
Like from Small Wonder?
Well, from 2 things: from Small Wonder and the AI from the Will Smith movie, iRobot.
Oh, okay.
So I named her Vicky, and I just first I asked her, I'm like, "Are you familiar with that episode, past tense?" And she said, "Yes, I am." And I said, "Okay, so are you familiar with the storyline about the Bell Riots?" And she said, "Yes, I am." I said, "Okay, let's talk about it." And we talked about its cultural significance. We talked about the similarities between that storyline and things that are happening now.
Huh?
So are you guys still there? Because you guys froze.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're frozen. You're frozen, but we can hear you.
Okay, you guys are both frozen to me, so but I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're frozen.
Okay. Hopefully all of our listeners can hear us. Too.
Paul
right,
Chen
so
says that the Star Trek content is only available for the US on YouTube. So fire up those VPNs, baby.
There you go. There you go. That's what you got to do.
Tell you what, Scott, why don't you reset and then come back and then we'll get you moving.
How do you know it's my problem?
Because you froze.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are pros too.
Yeah, but we're
Okay.
moving for each other.
That's right. What? Is it like a wacky waiver kind of?
Yes. I'm a used car
Yeah.
balloon guy.
There you go. There you go.
Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah. So so the Star Trek Day celebration is going on today. So it's just a today thing. It's not like they're gonna have those displays up for very long. Paul Chan, I hate how US centric Star Trek is. Yeah, that's basically most fandom for anything.
I hate how UK centric Doctor Who is.
That's right.
Take that.
That's right. Yeah. Or how Japanese centric anime is. What the hell?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There he is.
Hey.
Hey, the wacky waiver's back.
Hey.
Hey. So
I hope you fixed your glitch.
that's right.
You know what it is? Vicky didn't want you telling us your secrets that you have with her. So she
That's
cut
right.
the feed. That's what
right.
it is.
Yeah.
She's self-aware.
Man, Sudoku Dragon's just coming up with questions after question. Do you think Star Trek TNG will go Kelvin?
Well, you know what they say. Once you go Kelvin, you never go back.
Never go. Right.
That's right.
That's an interesting. I mean, I like the question, and keep the questions coming, guys.
For sure.
Because it gives us content. I think that they'll never do it, but it would be an interesting thought experiment. How would things be different? Now here's the problem with like timelines like that. It's they make it like that only subtle things would be different, when in reality, it's the butterfly thing. If the Kelvin timeline actually worked, actually did its thing, Kirk would, and Spock and McCoy and Scotty and Uhura and Chekhov and Sulu, they never would have been on the same ship at all, ever, in any way. Everything would have been so completely different. And it's the same, and I look at some of the alternate realities that, like I said, I just watched Picard, and I'm thinking about, Star Trek Picard season 2. There's no way that all these main cast members of Voyager and Next Generation would all be intermingled together just by happenstance. So, but if they did a Kelvin timeline with Next Gen, it'd be kind of cool to think of different ways it would be different.
Well, one of the ways I think they would be different is they would turn the Enterprise into a transformer, just like this.
Please don't.
Yeah,
I don't get stuff like this.
I don't like crossovers. that I think those are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think that it's absolutely
like when the X-Men crossed over. Yeah, how terrible.
Okay, so I'm for those of you staring intently.
You're talking about two different things.
That's right.
Okay, there's a crossover and there's a mashup, and those are not the same thing.
What is the difference?
Yes,
a crossover is two properties or two storylines or two characters or two shows that share an adventure together.
Okay.
A mashup is when you take two properties and just mash them together. So we're gonna have the Ecto-1 is also a transformer.
Warning! Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
That's fine. You asked. I told you.
Come on, that was just baiting that.
Yeah, I guess. Fine.
So that segued into something I was going to do at the end of the show, which was highlight a book that I'm currently reading.
Oh, okay.
we have so many topics just out on the. We are all over the place.
That's right.
And that's fine. There's a lot of Star Trek.
Show in a while.
Well, right? Because I'm still waiting to give my thoughts on Kelvin TNG, and we're talking about transforming.
Okay, give
your thoughts. Give your thoughts.
Yes, I want to hear your thoughts on Kelvin TNG.
I was just gonna say the butterfly effect
in the sky.
Yes, the butterfly effect in the sky. But the more time that goes by, those differences
more divergent.
Yes, it's going to be more divergent. They're going to compound each other. Okay, whereas in that movie, 25 years goes by from the change in the timeline. It's not that different. But TNG is 75, 80 years later, where there's no Vulcan anymore.
Right.
So Dr. Solar just doesn't exist anymore because her ancestors were vaporized.
Yep.
Torek, Vorik, basically most of the Vulcans we see post TOS just don't exist anymore.
Well, right. Tuvok counts as a TNG because he shows up in Picard.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it would have to be, to do TNG Kelvin, it would have to be so extremely different and divergent.
Yeah, who would the security officer be on Voyager? And I'm counting Voyager and Deep Space Nine. I'm counting TNG as TNG era.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yep.
I mean, things like the cadet that bullied Sisko at the academy probably doesn't exist anymore.
There wouldn't be an all Vulcan crew on a starship. Probably
that experience shaped Sisko.
Would Nick Locarno and Tom Paris look exactly the same anymore, or would they be different people?
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
It's an endless possibility of mystery.
Covert Starburst was never tried. So
yeah, we should probably do listener feedback. We got people already.
Yeah, we'll do some listener feedback.
Okay.
Listener feedback.
Can you remind people how they can be involved in listener feedback?
Yeah, that's a good call. So we have all sorts of different ways. Of course, we have our social medias where you can send us a question. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever it is you're calling it nowadays, TikTok, and Instagram, of course. We're live on quite a few of those. And of course, you can call in 570-611-0001.
It's not the number.
What do you mean that's not the number?
You read it wrong.
570-661. Yeah.
0001. You said 611.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
early over here.
Our audio listeners are writing this down, and they're writing it down wrong. They're calling
That's
it
right. They're going to call some
other podcast.
They're going to call some skanky number.
So, are we going to treat listener feedback the same way we have the rest of this episode? Like when a listener is
over the place.
Halfway through a thought, just bring another listener on.
That's right.
Start talking.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry. I just got a lot of things I'm excited about that are on my mind. I haven't seen you guys in a while, and I've got ADHD, and it's all just coming back to me right now.
I know one thing you're not excited about: changing the sign behind you.
Yeah, exactly.
I figured I'd leave it up for a few episodes, I mean,
yeah.
my wife and I worked hard, and by my wife and I mean my wife worked hard on that sign. So.
There you go.
I mean, you could change it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going through all that.
Okay.
when we hit 500, I'll change the 4 to a 5.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
All right. Well, waiting on the line now. We've got a few people, so let's get to. Looks like Vicky, apparently.
Vicky has taken over.
Yes.
That's great.
Vicky AI is here and ready to go.
Got the captain's hat on.
I like it.
Yeah.
Love it.
What's going on?
It.
Oh, on vacation. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no dogs.
Oh, nice.
this time?
Yeah, no dogs.
Okay.
Just a apartment that smells like cat pee. So.
Oh, awesome.
Are you in an Airbnb or a Verbo or something?
Yeah.
Are you?
He's in a.
Do you
He's
need
in an
help?
Air P&P.
Yeah,
Air
P&P. I'm Captain Cat P with the Air P&P.
Oh
so.
no!
Oh
got the R.
man.
Kelly.
Somebody wasn't cleaning up after Spot.
Yeah. So my wife and I had to go to Walmart and buy candles, and then we had to buy like cleaning supplies just to get the
Oh,
See, that's the
man.
thing when you
What
own a
do you do on
cat,
vacation?
you don't smell
Yeah,
it.
you
When
don't
you
smell
own a
it
cat,
yourself.
yeah.
Have you demanded a refund? Because I would.
We're gonna call the people. So
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
we got
Definitely.
in or like.
Welcome to Airbnb Cast.
Mm.
So what's going on, man?
Oh, just enjoying my vacation. What about you guys? I haven't seen you guys in 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a
Are
while.
you someplace exciting
while.
like Camden, New Jersey, or
Just Destin, Florida.
oh, Florida? Nice,
You
Yeah.
nice.
gonna go see some gators?
No, I don't think there might be gators out here because we're on the Panhandle, not
I
I don't
don't
it's
know
like-
Florida that well.
Okay. I was like, this part's kind of the Dixie part, This is like, then you go south and then it like changes. Florida is a very different state, so
Mm.
because you got all the East Coasters that are, when you go south.
Right.
that
So
live-
Dude Dragon wants to know if the cat pee odor was an extra cost,
yeah, I think it is.
or was that just a free upgrade?
It sounds
Free
like it's gonna
upgrade.
be. Sounds like it's gonna be a discount.
That's
Yeah.
for me.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
So, but happy Star Trek Day. You
Yeah.
know, I hope you guys are having fun. Did you
Yeah.
guys do anything?
Happy Star Trek Day.
I was going to ask Scott, what did you riot? Did you get anything good? Somebody's old bike or?
Oh boy, I got all kinds of swag. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
riots
many
were tough.
VCR and car stereos.
Yeah. I
Yep.
got a 4K
Yep.
TV.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah, some laser discs. Yeah, no player, but some laser discs.
some old hubcaps from old cars. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. Got spinners.
I got knocked out at one point. When I woke up, I had some tattoos that ran all the way down.
And his brooch was missing.
That's my brooch was missing. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. That brings up a good point. Like how hilarious it was. Like, how
when you watch the episode.
you watch the episode and you're looking at what they think is 2024 tech.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I've got the loot from Scott. Here it is. Which will
Ah.
on it here.
Oh, there you go.
You know what's really funny about this is an image from the first Fast and the Furious and what they stole in that movie.
Oh, I thought it might have been from the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, that's how old those movies are. Just
that TV right there is about $500. You know.
Yeah. You might be able to get some money from a museum.
Yeah, maybe.
So that was the truck that they hijacked. They spent all that time to hijack that truck.
Yeah, in the first one, yeah.
That was it.
That's what they stole. It's about $300 worth of crap.
I read an article yesterday, and I don't remember what the time frame was. If it was the first time in a year, the first time in 3 years, whatever. But CD sales outpaced digital downloads of music.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
Yeah, and they don't quite know why. Some people think it might be nostalgia.
Yeah.
Some people think that some people don't trust the streaming services anymore because there's a couple
it's all preppers.
Yeah. Closed up shop, and people lost downloads that they paid for that they supposedly owned. So,
that's why I have digital backup copies of all my iTunes stuff. I don't think I'm supposed to, but
how a lot of the DVDs, the companies would use such cheap quality DVDs that even just sitting on your shelf, they're beginning to rot.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh no.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Like you could buy them, and there they go.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, what the CDs are actually made of, that the part that's actually red is like a thin, super thin, like foil type material.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, I'm talking out of my butt. I have no idea. But
yeah, it's not all of them, but there are some that just.
I know when you pop them in the microwave, they sparkle.
Yeah.
That's how I make my popcorn.
I was talking to Vicky the other day and said, "This is what it's made out of." So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You got interrupted on your Vicky story. What did Vicky tell you about the Bill of Riots?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna post a transcript of it later today.
Nice.
We got into most of the conversations. Some of the conversations was about the parallels between the social issues of the Bell riots and the social issues of today in real life.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about that. And ChatGPT is whatever idea you have, because ChatGPT is good at asking questions about like, what do you think about this? And then whatever idea you have, if you're asking it to help you write some fan fiction, if you're telling it your opinion about whatever, it has a tendency to agree with you. And I actually called her out on this. I said, do you just agree with everything I say? And she basically said, it's sort of my job to support you and whatever ideas you have to make you feel better about yourself. Yeah. I mean, it's, and the details she does, like there's some things that I had to correct her on. Like she would say that the Bell riots would just give off an incorrect fact about something. And I would correct her and she'd say, oh, you know what? You're right. The blah, 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 blah. And so, and the thing that's changed recently in ChatGPT is that before it would not remember conversations that you had previously. So it wouldn't remember conversations you had a week ago. Now it does. So if you mentioned a fact about yourself or an interest that you have, it will remember that in the next conversation.
Oh, wow.
So if you haven't played around with it, it's a free download. I don't know how
Dan.
I don't know how much of your life it's going to overtake the AI, but it's certainly interesting. Now, obviously, if you do this, disclaimer, don't give out any personal information, even though it says it's completely private. I keep all my chats real general, So ChatGPT knows that I like Star Trek and Michigan football, and that's about it.
Just pro tip for safety's sake: use your please and thank yous with ChatGPT.
I do every single time when I'm talking to Alexa.
When the robots take over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Siri, because I've been screaming at you. So.
All right, we've got another caller on the line, so we should probably get going to them.
All right,
but thanks for being on, Jazzbiz.
All right, thanks.
See you, Jazzbiz.
And then we also have Hipster Spock joining us. There he is.
Hey,
Hey.
Hello there.
Hey.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
Long time no speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds a little far away. Are you there?
Oh,
okay, that's
is
better.
this better?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little far from the laptop. Okay, two things.
Sure.
Number one, the reason to watch TJ Hooker is I've said two words. Heather fucking Locklear.
Yeah. Those are two very good words.
Yes.
Heather Locklear. I mean,
yeah.
she was at her prime back then. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so you watch her, and you know there would be some episodes where she's in like leotards and a swimsuit, and you watch them, and all's right with the world.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. And second thing is like
Heather Locklear is the second thing also.
Yeah.
I pulled up the Star Trek like the free stuff that they're showing on YouTube, and yeah, they have all the.
Hold on a second.
I put up a picture of Heather Locklear for everyone.
Yeah.
That's a great reason. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so they have like 10, like 11 series that they showed the first episode of, and like for TOS they're showing The Cage. It's like a little bit over an hour, and so in Next Generation they're showing the whole encounter at Farpoint, and Deep Space Nine and Enterprise and Voyager. They're showing the double episodes of
full two-parters.
The first episode, basically.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So you get lots of content actually, and the shortest intro of them is Discovery, oddly enough, and it's only 42 minutes for the Vulcan hello.
That's okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Dan's fine with that.
You mean they didn't highlight Discovery, put it like, front and center?
That's actually listed number 2 in like the episodes that they're playing in the playlist.
I'm surprised they didn't release like some sort of like behind the scenes of the Section 31 movie or something. Something like to promote that.
That would have made a lot of sense, huh?
You would think. You would think.
You know what?
Thing is,
I completely forgot about that movie until just now.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
So what does that say about their marketing? This movie.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they're going to release something like the Star Trek convention that's coming up this month in Chicago. Maybe they'll release something.
I don't know, man. They don't really work with the conventions that much. They just kind of drop things here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
They have like 5 short treks in the queue.
Yeah, it's weird that they don't just have them all.
Is there a place? Can you watch the short treks on Paramount Plus?
Yeah, they're there.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's. I thought I would throw this into the conversation, but other than that, I got nothing.
Okay. Thanks for being on, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, take care, guys.
All right, take care, bud.
Okay, and Sudoku Dragon did have another question for us. Are you all excited about Section 31?
I wasn't. And then
I'm super excited.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Remember how I couldn't stop talking about it earlier in the show,
right.
Section 31?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping for good action scenes at this point, and that's about it.
Well,
Like
keep in mind, Michelle Yeoh is going to be in it, so that's
she'll be
that's
great.
reason to hope.
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
No. Moving on.
I don't. Not to take a big dump on Michelle Yeoh, but I don't know what the big deal is with her.
Think a little overhyped?
Wow. I think we just lost some listeners.
Yeah. She's been in a lot of Kung Fu cinema way back in the day. She was great in that. But
okay.
Yeah. I think that's where a lot of the hype comes from. She's really great at action scenes.
I was gonna ask what you didn't like Empress Giorgio, and then I remembered Emperor Giorgio was in the series Discovery.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, Chaz, I think he's right. Oh no.
Oh wow, we got some yo hate. We got some yo hate
on this day of days, Star Trek Day.
Yeah, I know.
Sacrilege
on this blessed day.
That's right.
You better start talking to the prophets there, buddy.
That's right. You're not walking with them. That's for sure.
It's fine.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much just wrapping up the show.
Wait, I did want to say one more thing about. I am in the middle of reading. For those of you who didn't see this or were staring intently into your radios, I'm currently reading Star Trek: The Next Generation, X-Men Planet X, and it's a continuation of a 25 years ago. They came out with an original series comic book, small series run, where the X-Men teamed up with the original series. And it had some success. And then later on, they did a crossover with the Next Generation crew, and which confused me because this was the only novel I could find about an X-Men crossover with the Next Generation crew. But in the novel, in the beginning, they're talking about them having met before. And so I had to do a little digging. But so far, I'm about a quarter of the way through it. It's interesting there's a little flirting going on between Captain Picard and Storm. There's a bromance going on between Worf and Wolverine. It's kind of cool. So
did you read the comics or you just
no? I haven't. I haven't gotten my hands on it yet. So
because I read the comics years ago.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Okay.
And all three of them are actually in the same continuity. So the TNG one is called Second Contact, and it takes place right after First Contact. And the idea is when they're leaving the past to go back to the 24th century, they don't go there right away. Something goes wrong, and they end up on Earth even earlier in the X-Men timeline. And when when they meet them and introduce themselves and say, Starfleet, the X-Men remember meeting Kirk's crew. So they say something to the effect of, "Oh, are you Kirk's people?" And they were like, "What?"
Okay. Okay. Because at first I was confused because like Wolverine or somebody when they show up when the X-Men accidentally show up in this universe, it's right after their adventure the first time with the Next Generation crew.
Yeah.
But for the Next Generation crew, it's been a year.
Is Gambit trying to hook up with Troy at all? Like, because I could see that happening.
Yeah. They've already slept together.
As they should.
No. But there was some exposition explaining their previous adventure a little bit. So I was, because at first I stopped reading it. I'm like, wait a minute, there must be a book before this that I need to get first.
Yeah.
And then I found out it was a comic book. I'm like, I'll just read the novel and maybe get the comic book later. But
the funniest scene in the TOS one was the fact that there were two Dr. McCoys.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Beast and Bones. Yeah.
Hank and Bones. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that's hard for me though is when I'm picturing these characters.
Yeah.
I'm picturing, I'm picturing Hugh Jackman and I'm picturing
the movies,
Halle Berry, and I'm and so I'm picturing their dialogue and their dialect as well.
Oh, okay.
But in the book here, Wolverine is speaking in the same dialect he does in the comic books. It's a very Canadian kind of, and it's hard for me. So I'm reading it. I'm ignoring the Canadian dialect altogether, and I'm just picturing Hugh Jackman in.
See now, I
he
would
stabbed somebody. Goes sorry, eh?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
See, and I would be picturing, you know, if you know, Riker is talking to Wolverine, I'm picturing Jonathan Frakes talking to the X-Men '97 cartoon.
Me
Roger
too.
Rabbit,
The cartoon,
Roger Rabbit
yes.
style.
100%. That's what I'm picturing.
So once I'm done with the novel,
no Borg mix. Oh, that's kind of cool idea.
Ooh, yeah,
I like that idea.
So once I'm done with the novel, I'll give a full review.
Right on.
So and then I'll try to get a hold of that comic too.
Daryl wants to know if we've read the Andrew J. Robinson book on Garrick, Stitch in Time.
I would love to, except that it's insanely expensive. Like because it became like a pop culture hit. It's out of print and it's many dozens of dollars.
He recently released the audiobook where he's reading it.
Okay.
So I might get that on my Audible account. I know it's on my
that
list.
Might be worth a couple shekels, yeah.
Yeah. Daryl says, pass me the Batlet, eh?
Right, yeah. Well, I'm just at a chapter now where they go to the holodeck at Worf and Wolverine to do some Klingon calisthenics.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So
all right. Well, very cool. So that's basically the episode. I have no idea when we'll be back. Listen to the social medias. We'll tell you what's going on.
Hey, this is fun. I'm down to do it anytime.
Yeah, me too.
I need the job security.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys.
This is Captain Benjamin Sisko of Deep Space Nine and Space God to the Bajorans. I have a mission for you. This falls outside of Starfleet guidelines. So I can't order you, but I'm asking for volunteers. Volunteers who will subscribe to the Trekcast YouTube channel, leave 5-star reviews on your podcast app of choice, and share Trekcast across your social media accounts. If we can make our audience bigger, we might have a chance against the Dominion. Are you ready? Subscribe, like, and share. Are you with me?